Should the A's fans be blamed or at least take partial blame for their move to Las Vegas? Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily Oakland A's podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it is your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name. Episodes will drop Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. Oakland time, Vegas time, and yes, Sacramento time. Whether you are on your way to work, driving back from work, or listening casually during the day, thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen of the day. I'm from the Bay Area, and I've been a diehard A's fan since 1981. And I'm here to bring you a real fan's take, covering everything from Oakland to Sacramento to Las Vegas. This is the place for A's fans to get the latest game breakdowns, team news, and more. This is where the passion of the fans take center stage. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. And please hit that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, you A's fans, happy holidays. Hope you are peeking under your tree and all the gifts are in line. But maybe, just maybe, Santa has not yet delivered your most prized possession, whatever that may be. For the A's, could Roki Sasaki be underneath their tree? I will cover that later. First, the A's lack of attendance in Oakland is one of the big reasons why the A's ownership felt they had no choice but to go to Las Vegas, putting much of the blame on the Oakland fans themselves. Now, should the Oakland fans take partial or maybe 100% blame for their own team's departure? And is there any validity to what ownership has said with regard to attendance? Today's episode is brought to you in part by the college football playoffs. The college football playoffs are here, and you don't want to miss a moment of the action. The college football playoff presented by Allstate begins with 4 first-round games, December 20th and December 21st on ESPN, ABC, TNT, and Max. One thing I want to make clear that I will always do is tell you my honest opinion. I had an honest opinion that Vegas would not happen a couple months back, and completely changed that opinion the very next day based on new information that came out. I would do the exact same thing today if new information did come out. I do my very best to present the facts that have been released to you in a matter where it provides some sort of perspective and you can make a determination of what you feel will happen. I will always tell you what I think based on the facts that are presented. Whether I am right or wrong, only history will dictate. And that goes for all of us. I don't have any sides. I don't have an Oakland side. I don't have a Vegas side. I don't have a Sacramento side. I have an A's side. And while it saddened me that the A's did leave Oakland for Vegas, it was not a surprise. As I revisit the attendance from 2022 through 2024, the A's were dead last, and it wasn't close. Since 2001, the A's attendance has been in the bottom half of the league every single year and have finished either dead last or second to last 9 times. Since 2006, the A's best attendance finish was in 2013, where it finished 23rd. From 2001 to 2005, they finished 19th 3 times, 17th, and 18th. It isn't because of winning. Only 5 teams in Major League Baseball has made the postseason more than the A's since 2000. I believe it's the Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, Cardinals, and Astros, if I am not mistaken. Now, we can definitely look at other teams' attendance records that have been worse than the A's over a period of time and say that, hey, look at them. I don't see them moving to another city. And you would be 100% correct. Now, I've covered the A's history before. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but just as a recap, Bud Selig started this whole A's moving 20 plus years ago. Steve Schott and Ken Hoffman, the first owners since the Haas family sold, wanted them to go to Santa Clara, where Levi's Stadium currently is, which got blocked by the territorial rights the Giants own. Wolf and Fisher then owned the team, and they wanted to build a stadium. They wanted to build a stadium on the Coliseum site. East Oakland, Wolf wanted a new BART station there. City of Fremont, which was impossible. They revisited San Jose again. Howard Terminal. Then Wolf sold his minority shares to Fisher, and Fisher revisited sites like Laney College, which was just smoking mirrors. Howard Terminal again came up in the discussion. And now, obviously, the A's are off to Vegas. On Monday, Susan Slusser from the San Francisco Chronicle was on the Foul Ball podcast with AJ Przinsky. I think they're also on Major League Baseball Network as well. I could be wrong on that. And she gives about Vegas a 33% chance to happen. Based on nothing, she just came up with that number. And I think the only thing she got right in that interview was that Nevada can get things done and A's ownership cannot get anything done. Which, again, may have been the most accurate thing she did say in the interview. Now, I saw all the A's haters repost her clip, give her a thumbs up. Hey, yay, Susan. You know what's ironic to me, and this is what kind of fires me up a little bit? This same person you showed support for, gave the thumbs up, gave the, hey, way to go, Susan, reposted her stuff, see what Susan says. The same person you are praising because she supported your hate campaign of Vegas is the person that wrote the hit piece on the Oakland Ballers last summer, completely bashing them based on nothing but inaccurate reporting. She went after 2 owners who tried to start something for the community without having all the information at hand. This is the person Oakland fans praised because she gave Vegas a 33% chance of happening. That's what absolutely drives me nuts. Hashtag FJF. Hashtag sell the team. How uninformed are we? We have media outlets interviewing on how bad Fisher and the A's are and how bad they have treated the city of Oakland. The same person you are interviewing wrote a hit piece on an organization that's trying to do as much for the city as possible. The hypocrisy is off the charts, is absolutely off the charts. That's why the yelling and everything that's said without true concrete facts behind it that form an opinion are empty to me. That's just still shocking. If you have a chance, go read the hit piece she put on the Oakland Ballers. Go read what she said and who her sources were. Amazing, amazing. But hey, that's the person you want to support. Okay, there's my holiday rant. Let's get back on topic here. Do I believe the A's ever had any intention of staying in Oakland? Up next. This episode is brought to you in part by SelectQuote. The World Series, the Super Bowl, the Olympics, the world's top athletes get to play in these top-level sporting events thanks to one thing: teamwork. And teamwork can also protect your financial legacy and your family's future. SelectQuote's licensed insurance agents are the perfect teammates when shopping for customized, affordable life insurance. They can find you the right policy to keep your financial legacy safely in your family's end zone. In sports, winning is everything. That's why you always need a good strategy to keep you moving towards the goalpost. Winning strategies for life are just as important. And that's why on my team, I have life insurance through SelectQuote to protect my legacy and my family's future. Get the right life insurance for you for less at selectquote.com/lockedon. Go to selectquote.com/lockedon today to get started. Do I believe the A's ever had any intention of staying in Oakland? My answer is yes and no. One thing I think we could all agree on is that how things get done on a political side of things between California and Nevada is night and day. I think that's a given. No real secret there. I think A's ownership took advantage of that. And yes, if the city complied to everything the A's wanted in the time frame the A's wanted, did it for the A's, it would have gotten done. With that being said, that was almost impossible. The city of Oakland is struggling right now. That's not a knock on the city. It's just a fact. It's high on crime. The mayor just got recalled. It doesn't have a lot of money. I believe two things would have gotten this deal done. A Republican mayor or governor. California is a Democratic state. This is not a political statement. I want to make that clear. This is not a political statement. But the fact is that John Fisher is a big Republican donor. That's just a fact. Even though he has donated a piece to Gavin Newsom as well. The second thing would have been a powerful figure in the mayor's office, such like a Gavin Newsom. Again, not a political statement, but I think we would all agree that Gavin Newsom, as mayor of San Francisco, carried a lot more influence than Mayor Tao. Even though a Democrat. This has nothing to do with policies or political preference. I'm not even going there. The fact remains that Fisher nor MLB respected Mayor Tao. Fact. Her own people didn't even respect her, where she was actually even recalled. Now, Mayor Tao is not to be blamed whatsoever with the A's moving. She is not to be blamed. I'm not putting any type of blame on her. But when you needed a leader to step up to save something in this situation, Mayor Tao was not the person you call. Finally, to answer the question, are the A's fans to blame for the move to Las Vegas? Are we to blame? Given all the information, the answer is no. But we didn't give Major League Baseball and the owners an opportunity and or reasons to block the move. The fact of the matter is Fisher wanted to go. It was his team. He can do what he wants. He didn't break any laws. But there is nothing you can legitimately say or give a convincing argument on why the A's should be in Oakland. You cannot say, well, hey, if the A's spent on the team, the fans would have came. You can only use that argument if the team lost. And the A's have been one of the most winningest franchises in all of baseball pre-2000 and post-2000. Yet not one year we can be on the top half of attendance in all of Major League Baseball. You cannot use the argument that they have not won in the last couple of years. Well, which team in baseball or in sports haven't gone through a 2-3 year losing drought only to rebuild and be better than ever? I've gone through this data before. I'm right. Now, I'm not sitting here and supporting John Fisher. Absolutely not. I want to make that clear. And I'm sure I'm going to get absolutely crushed by Oakland fans. And I will guarantee you I will get crushed by fans on just simply the thumbnail without even an individual listening or watching the episode, which I'm fine with. I have no problem with that if you base your opinion on something concrete. We cannot speculate on profitability in Oakland versus Vegas. We can all manipulate those numbers to fit our own particular narrative. That's for sure. Major League Baseball is a privately held company. Its primary industry is information services. It has approximately 27,000 employees. It is not a publicly traded company. John Fisher owns an entity of that. He is not obligated to show you his financials. He is not obligated to come out in public and give you reasons, nor are you entitled to see any of that information or to hear any of his reasoning. Would it have been nice? Could he have handled the situation better? 1,000%. No question about it. But we are not due any of that information. Now, with regard to stadiums being publicly funded and being privately owned, and well, that's a whole different conversation to begin with. If it's publicly funded, it should be of public use. But again, that's a whole different issue. Now, take all the emotions out of it and tell me why the A's should stay in Oakland. Like I said in the beginning, I have no side here. I want to present you factual information and a perspective and or opinion based on that information, which does not make me right, nor does it make me wrong. And let you provide your own opinion and or perspective. Maybe I'm missing something that should be looked at. You may have your own information. You may have your own opinion and or perspective based on the information I have and or you have. Share it. It's called dialogue. But as long as that opinion and what we're sharing is emotionless and based on concrete facts. And again, considering the situation, considering what the Oakland A's meant to us, it's hard to leave emotion out of it. But to get to the truth, we gotta look at it with the proper perspective. At the end of the day, guys, it's baseball. It's fun. It's great. And you know what else is also great? Christmas, the holidays. And the A's may have a present under their tree they were not expecting by the name of Roki Sasaki. Is that even a possibility? I will cover that up next. Today's episode is brought to you in part by FanDuel. When I personally look at a sports book, there are two things that are most important to me. Is it easy to deposit? And more importantly, is it easy to withdraw? FanDuel checks both boxes for me. Get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL, all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. In an article written by Matthew Kalawinowski with SI on Monday, titled, "Could the A's Enter the Roki Sasaki Sweepstakes?" This has been on the back of my mind for some time, but considering that the A's were never even mentioned, kind of put that to rest until Matt's article on Monday. And I decided to revisit the possibilities. Let's check it out. Sasaki might be the most coveted player available this winter, and the race to land him is heating up. Could he be the next Japanese star to dominate in Major League Baseball? Let's dig into what's going on and where he might land. First, let's talk about why Roki Sasaki has everyone's attention. He's 23 years old. The kid's got some of the best pitching stuff we've ever seen coming out of Japan, which is saying a lot. Many scouts see him as the next big star to follow in the footsteps of players like Shohei Ohtani, Yu Darvish. His fastball touches triple digits. He's got a devastating splitter and pinpoint control. Are you kidding me? Dominant performances in Japan's NPB, which is basically Japan's Major League Baseball, have already solidified his reputation as an ace. Unsurprisingly, teams like the Angels, Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Padres, Giants were all thought to be frontrunners. But as we learned at the winter meetings, things may not be that simple. At the winter meetings, Sasaki's agent, Joel Wolfe, added a surprising wrinkle to this story. When asked about Sasaki's potentially signing with a small or mid-market team like the A's, he didn't rule it out. He even suggested it might be beneficial for Sasaki, especially as a soft landing coming from Japan. Here's Wolf's direct quote, quote unquote, "Yes, Absolutely. I mean, I think there's an argument to be made that a small or mid-market team might be more beneficial for him as a soft landing. Coming from Japan and what he's been through and not having an enjoyable experience with the media. That statement has opened the door for teams that may not have thought they had a shot at Sasaki. Enter the Athletics, who just might have the perfect mix of factors to make them a real contender in this race. Let's break down why the A's. Yes, the A's could be an attractive landing spot for Roki Sasaki. First, international pool money. The A's currently have the largest pool of international signing money at approximately $7.5 million. While money isn't everything, it's certainly a strong starting point for negotiations. Small market appeal. We sure have that. Wolf's comments about a soft landing fit the A's perfectly. Sacramento's media presence is much less aggressive compared to markets like New York or Los Angeles. This could be a less stressful environment for Sasaki to adjust to Major League Baseball. A team on the rise. The A's have been quietly improving. They've added pitchers Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, and have emerging stars like Brett Rooker and Lawrence Butler. Pairing Sasaki with these players could put them in not only AL West contention, I think that's already done, but yes, a possible trip to the World Series. I said it. The AL West landscape. The AL West is wide open for 2025. The Astros' dominance is kind of going away. The Rangers are in a slump after their World Series win, and the Mariners are struggling offensively. This could be the perfect time for the A's to strike. Let's not forget about the Las Vegas factor. A young pitcher in his mid-20s in Las Vegas pitching every fifth day, that means something. The A's potential move to Las Vegas adds another layer. Sasaki could start his Major League Baseball career in a low-pressure environment in Sacramento, then move to Las Vegas when the team's relocation is complete. Las Vegas is positioning itself as a sports hub, and Sasaki could be part of the transformation. Signing a guy like Sasaki would be huge. If the A's land Sasaki, it would be a game changer. Not only would he immediately upgrade the rotation, but it would also send a message to the league. The A's are serious about changing their trajectory as they prepare for a new chapter in Las Vegas. GM David Forst has already hinted that the A's aren't done making moves this offseason. Adding Sasaki would put them firmly in the conversation for an AL pennant. So, could Roki Sasaki really end up with the A's? It's still a long shot, right? But stranger things have happened. The A's have the money, they have the environment, and a compelling pitch for why Sasaki could thrive there. Whether it's the A's or another team, one thing is clear. Wherever Sasaki lands, he's going to make waves. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen today. For your second listen, find Locked On MLB. Baseball guru Sully brings a daily blend of humor and baseball, keeping you updated on every rumor and story throughout the off season. Find Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. I will see you on Friday. Happy holidays, guys.